Hello and welcome to my channel, Senior Art Strokes. I'm Angel Mercado. Today we're going to continue sketching from life. We're just going to sketch the three brushes that are right in front of me, and I'm going to show you the setup that I have, how I came up with this drawing, and you're going to see how easy it is to do this. And how you can just about use anything you want today. That's what I want to drive you across. That you don't really need the photographs. You have so much material laying around the house. Things that seem insignificant, such as 3 paintbrushes. You can sketch them. Like I said, for as long as you find the poetry, for as long as you can find your voice and you can say something, it's a subject matter. It could become a drawing, it could become a painting. The main thing here I want you to pay attention to is how the darks and lights, right, are very tight in relationship. The only thing that you see bright are the light reflections in the furrow. The furrow of the brush is the middle part here. And you know this reflection, that is where you see the brightest. And they're the brightest, no doubt about it. So before we go to the drawing board, please go here down below. Check a free guide that I have for you as a drawing guide on how to start a composition. Very useful, and I know you're going to enjoy it and find it helpful if you use it. So now let's go to the drawing board. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is make a border around the page, just to save the white for framing later on, and it plus looks a little bit nicer. And then, and it doesn't have to be anything tidy, nothing like that, just you know, just a few lines. And then with the side of the charcoal, see, let me show you. With the side of the charcoal, I start covering the whole, area where I'm going to be drawing. This way, I'm adding a mid-tone to the paper, because I don't like to draw on white paper, because I like to save the white of the paper for my white, my brightest tones. So it's helpful to me just to pretty much kind of like darken a little bit the whole paper as a mid-tone. And that's what I'm doing here. And now with my finger, what I'm doing here is just, blending it, just to get rid of some of the texture of the paper, because this paper has a lot of texture, which is nice sometimes, but it's a little bit too much. So that's what I'm doing. And also that helps to drive the charcoal a little bit farther into the tooth of the paper, making it a little bit more permanent. And now and that was done with a soft charcoal stick, like vine charcoal. And now with a medium stick, I'm drawing lines where my brushes are going to go. And before this, I already done in my mind, if I wanted to have it in a portrait mode like this, okay, or landscape mode like this, like the one I'm having right now, or maybe square, And for these brushes, since they're long and narrow, I thought a landscape mode was going to work out better. So that's what I'm doing. For composition's sake, I'm applying here the rule of thirds. That's when we divide, the surface in 3 parts, 3 verticals, and then it's kind of like a hashtag, you know what I mean. And then in the center, in one of those 4 places, is where we want to put our main focus. So that's what I'm doing, and the main focus for me is going to be the hair part of the brush, or the brush. This part. Another thing to consider here when we're talking about composition it is always nice to try to have a composition where your main objects are all touching each other, because that brings unity, that brings a solid ground for a nice arrangement, when everything can touch, when you can bring the foreground, the midground, and the background together, as a shape. That is what most of the time we look for to when we're designing a composition. So keep that in mind, and whatever. And maybe you can just check some of the drawings you like, and see if they do try to get like one big shape, and from there you go into it and divided it into smaller shapes until you get to the details, like I'm doing here with these brushes. Always first the big shape. Once I know where the big shape is, then I can start, expanding into more details, into smaller shapes in this case, and redefining. If you notice, I'm starting very light, because this way I don't have to worry about making mistakes, because those lines are going to disappear later if they're light enough. So I don't even have to erase them. So that's what's nice about sketching like this in layers, and also start from a light touch, because you will be able to really manipulate those lines, and you can just draw on top of them, not even knowing at the end that you did, because you did it with such a light touch. So it's very important to have that light touch when you're sketching. I always try to do that. And once then you know exactly where your figure is going to go, how the arrangement is going to be, once you just design, then you can start going darker, like I'm doing here. And as you can see, I'm going darker around the object in this instance, because we have a dark background. So I'm pretty much sketching my object around the dark. I'm not doing a line, clean line work. When you're sketching from life like this, like I have my, my setup right here, my brushes, pay attention, just look at it, and pay attention to how far, for instance, the furrow goes before it's been touched by the brush in front of it. Where's the brush in front of it touching this part of the brush, or the one in the back? Pay attention to those points, because that's what's going to make your drawing be on the right scale. Your brush is going to be all similar. Another thing, also, when you're looking at the brush, you just look for the darkest darks and the lightest lights. The best way to do this is by doing what I'm doing right now. I'm squinting my eyes. That is how I can see pretty much the tone, just the shape, not the details in whatever I'm looking at, in this case in the brush. Squinting is a great tool that we can use. Sometimes for folks like me now, I'm getting to the point where I don't have to squint, because I take my glasses off and I pretty much see what I used to see doing this. So it's pretty handy right now for me, just take my glasses off and just, do my sketching. And now that I know pretty much where things are going, now I begin to start covering the background with a very dark tone. Pretty much, I said 2/3 of the sketch will be covered, in dark tone. And once I do that, I go back with my finger and start blending a little bit the charcoal. One thing, if you're going to use your fingers, make sure you wash your hands good before you start drawing, because you don't want any oil residues in your fingers. Of course, you can use tissues if you want to. You can use a paper stamp, which is this. see, so you don't have to get your fingers dirty. But for me, you can use a brush. For me, I'm so used to using my fingers, and I trust them. I like the feel uh, when I'm sketching. So I just use my fingers. So I just make sure they're clean, and I don't have any problems with that. And now once I know where these permanent lines I want it to be, or the darkest lines, that is when I get my charcoal pencil. The charcoal pencil is going to be, the line mark is going to be darker, and also it's going to be more permanent. So you wanted to use them, once, and you know where you want the darker darks and where you want more permanent lines. Once and you have established, your drawing. And as you can see here, I'm pretty much well aware of where everything is going. From this point on, I should just pay attention to my drawing and not too much to my setup here, my still life, because now I need to react to what my drawing is telling me. I'm not trying to do an exact replica of what I see in front of me, exact copy. I'm trying to do another sketch, putting some of me and what I see, how I feel at the moment. So now I need to be more loyal to my sketch, and let's forget that. Thank you very much. You've done a lot of good for me. But now it's time for me to move into my drawing, and that's exactly what I'm doing here now. I'll just concentrate on what I need to do to make this drawing say what I want to say. And from this point on, it's pretty much, I lift some charcoal and I lay down some charcoal. I lift and lay down, lift and add. That's how it goes until you get it to the, to the point where you think it's done. Here I'm adding the highlights on the handles of the brush. At the same time here I'm trying to separate a little bit the bristles, right, from the background, from the brush in the back. So I use a very light touch of charcoal. And I'm still drawing here, you see. And when you draw this part now, you have to make sure that your angles are kind of like the same. That is the only thing you have to pay attention here, are the angles, because at this point you have your drawing right. So when you start adding things, just make sure you're following the same angles as you've been following all along. That way everything's going to look fine, like it belongs there, not like wonky, like a little bit, I don't know about this. And at the same time here, same thing, I'm adding the highlight and on the handle of the brush. And if you found some use, if you learned something from this, if you open up a little window, say, hey, maybe I can just get whatever around the house in a sketch, give me a like. That would be great. Subscribe, and you'll have access to more than 125 videos, I believe it's today, of like this, sketches. So do so. And of course you can share this if you know somebody who might be interested in doing this. You will help me immensely, and I'm more than happy to be sharing this, what I have gathered for the last 30 years with you. So I will appreciate that. Thank you. And remember, we have a little gift for you here in the descriptions box about a free drawing guide on how to start a composition. Something very useful for the beginner, because I know how confusing it was around that time when I was just starting doing this. So now going back, just fine-tuning my sketch, adding some highlights, darkening some areas. Here I think I'm going to add the highlights for the brush that is at the very bottom, the small brush, right? where the light might be hitting it, so it's going to be a little bit brighter than the rest of the bristles. And like I said, from now on, it's just pretty much this fine tuning until you feel pleased with it. And we're getting pretty close to that point. And another thing that you need to do, you need to sign your work. Try to date it, because it's great reference material for, let's say, in 2 or 3 years from now. You can want to look back where you were at. You run into these sketches and say, oh, look what I was doing then. This is what I'm doing now. So it's very good reference material. It's good to compare yourself with yourself, not with somebody else. It's your journey. So that's what they're good for. And pretty much this is it. So if you liked it, I hope I'm going to get to see you again. And thank you so much for being here and for taking the initiative to improve yourself and start drawing better. That way you can enjoy it more. That's what it's all about. Relax and enjoy. Goodbye.